President Donald Trump on Monday imposed 50% tariffs on most Canadian goods, marking a significant escalation in trade tensions between the North American neighbors, as reported by outlets like NPR and the BBC. The White House declared that Canada has unfairly discriminated against American autos, alcohol, and dairy products, a sentiment echoed by The Guardian. Al Jazeera highlights that these new sweeping tariffs strain already tense ties with Canada, the United States' second-largest trading partner. CNBC adds that Canada's relationship with the U.S. has frayed amid Trump's tariff-heavy agenda and vocal displeasure with the nation's trilateral trade pact with Mexico. This move dramatically ramps up the trade war, according to CBC Toy. The new 50% tariffs are set to hit a wide range of Canadian exports. The Guardian specifies that affected products include wine, hockey sticks, and cement, in addition to autos, alcohol, and dairy. NPR and The Guardian both report that the tariffs are in response to Canada, allegedly retaliating against previous U.S. tariffs. CBC notes that these new 50% tariffs will even impact goods that are compliant with the CUSMA agreement. This broad application of duties underscores the aggressive nature of the new measures, aiming to gain concessions from Canada, as suggested by the New York Times. Even as the Canadian government has been bracing for such an escalation, the stated legal justification for these tariffs, according to NPR and The Guardian, is Canada's alleged unfair discrimination against American autos, alcohol, and dairy products. However, the collective coverage, including Al Jazeera and CBC, largely underplays the specific legal mechanisms or detailed evidence supporting these claims beyond the White House's declarations. While the sources confirm the imposition of tariffs, they don't delve into the precise legal framework Trump is invoking or the international trade law implications. The potential for retaliatory measures from Canada is a significant, yet less explored, aspect of the current reporting, although the BBC does mention Mark Carney vowing to intensify trade talks, hinting at a strong Canadian response. The imposition of 50% tariffs on a broad range of Canadian goods is poised to create significant turmoil for North American supply chains. With products like autos, alcohol, dairy, wine, hockey sticks, and cement facing duties, the cost of these goods for American consumers is likely to increase. CNBC highlights how the relationship has frayed amid Trump's tariff agenda, suggesting a destabilization of established economic ties. The New York Times points out that while the president aims for concessions, Canada has been bracing for this escalation. This implies that Canadian industries and supply chains may already be strategizing for disruptions, but American businesses relying on Canadian imports could face immediate challenges. The new tariffs represent a major escalation in trade tensions, as highlighted by the BBC, and further strain already tense ties between the U.S. and Canada, according to Al Jazeera. The Guardian quotes President Trump, claiming Canada has been very tough on us over the years, indicating a deeply rooted dispute. This move comes as U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer hinted at new tariffs on dozens of countries, suggesting a broader, ongoing tariff-heavy agenda. While the immediate focus is on Canada, the broader context, as reported by CNBC and Al Jazeera, is a U.S. administration potentially imposing tariffs on many trading partners. This signals a continued period of trade protectionism, with significant geopolitical and economic uncertainty for global trade relations.